Every thought deserves its moment. This is Overthinking Out Loud. Grab a drink, lean in, and let's overthink it together. Out loud.
I got this like matcha latte. I got my Spindrift.
You got
I got my
drinks.
water.
3-drink millennial, you know?
Can just, yeah. That's actually pretty normal for me, is to have like multiple drinks in front of me at any time.
Honestly, I'm surprised that ice hasn't melted.
Me too. I've had this for like a couple of hours too. Because you know how I am with my drinks.
I do. They last all day.
That is very true. I like to savor them. Make sure they get real lukewarm before I finish them. Okay. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Overthinking Out Loud. I'm Jamie.
And I'm Jess.
And today we're talking about all the things that nobody warned us about. Fun topic.
I know. We're going to make it a mini series, right?
Yeah. Okay. So there's actually, when we were like talking about this before, we realized that there are many things no one warned us about, from like health to cars and ownership to like
being an adult.
Just being an adult, literally being an adult. Like there's so many things that we just never talked about with our parents, or like people just didn't really give us a heads up. And then as adults, we were like, huh? Like, excuse me. Nobody told me that I was gonna have to do this, so I don't think that I should.
No one actually clued me in.
Yeah, my dad didn't teach me how to do taxes. What do you mean? I don't owe you anything.
Yeah, what? That's a whole, again, right. That's a topic. So we're focusing on one specific topic today.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about kind of just like health related things in general. I think there's a lot of stuff that our parents or just like adults in general don't talk to you about health related things, like physically, mentally, like that you're gonna have to go through at some point, or like
part of the
how
womanhood.
to even like navigate healthcare. Like what is womanhood? Like what does that entail?
Oh my gosh, right. Even healthcare, like signing up for your employer's healthcare. Oh. That's a topic.
Maybe that's a different topic. Stressful.
Oh,
that is stressful. Actually, though, no, like on that topic, we're diving right into that, because I don't think I have ever fully understood what I'm signing up for when it comes to like employers, like healthcare plans. I'm like, I don't know, this one seems fine. I'll just do the basic and hope I don't have any like serious health related scares.
Well, then there's like the PPOs and the HMOs and all these freaking
and do you have an FSA? I'm like, I don't know what any of this means. I think I've mostly pretended that I understand what it means.
The only reason why I knew a little bit about it is because I worked in that sector for a while.
Yeah, you did. You did. I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's
you've lived so many lives.
I feel like I get, oh my gosh. Wait, I'm going to go on a quick tangent.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chris and I were talking about this. Oh my God, this is so funny, so relevant. I was like, you know what? Like, I feel like I'm the soul that has lived like multiple human lives. And I was like, in my next life, I want to be a dog in a good home. Like, I'm tired. I can't go another round being a human. Like, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, this is too much. I shouldn't feel like this ready to like kick the bucket at 30.
No, I was like, shit, I think I've gone around the sun I have gone around the sun a lot of years. No, but like lifetimes, I think my soul's gone on like eight lifetimes for sure.
Yeah, time to be reincarnated is like a cat.
Yeah, I can't handle it. Anyways. Yeah. So that was funny.
So funny. Yeah. Well, and you probably think that every time you have to pick your healthcare plan. Because like also your parents don't talk to you about it because you're just like looped into their health insurance, when you're a kid.
You're 26 and then they're like, oh, here you go. And you're like, I'm sorry. What? And then you're adding your husband or you're adding somebody else and dependent. Oh my,
I think I went into full-on panic mode when I was lucky. My parents let me mooch off them until I was 26 with the healthcare situation and having their insurance. And then when I turned 26, my dad was like, oh, you got to get benefits. And I was like, huh?
What do you mean by benefits?
Yeah, what do you mean by benefits? And how do I know that I'm even like insured? He's like, well, you're not. Unless you have benefits. I was like, and how do I get those? Like, how do I sign up for that?
Right.
He's like, well, there's open enrollment. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, that needs to be taught in schools first and foremost.
Yeah. You literally teach me how to sign up for my healthcare and what it all means. Like, teach me, like, medical literacy. Like I need to understand all of these terms and what means what and what my insurance will and will not cover. Because even that's a whole thing. Like nobody tells you that your insurance is going to cover XYZ, but not something else.
Right. And the whole like, they call it prior authorization thing where it's like, it could be covered, but actually the insurance has to literally say, hey, your doctor has to talk to one of our doctors to make sure that they're not just randomly putting in tests and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how does that doctor know anything about me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't even get me started.
I've actually had situations in which I remember like I was going through a healthcare bill with my mom once. I had to get like a biopsy. And she was like, what's that? And I was like, what do you mean, what's that? She's like, they didn't do that procedure. Why are they charging you for it? And I was like, bro, I don't know. I literally just like get the bill and I pay it. Like, I don't understand what they're like. I don't go, I'm that person. Like, I'm just like, oh, I don't know. I'm just going to trust that like this was billed properly and I'm just going to pay the difference.
Well, I mean,
and I was like, they literally are just like adding stuff onto your bill. Like you need to go back, you need to call them and tell them no. And I was like, can you call them?
This sounds like a mom job.
Yeah, I was in my early 20s at the time. I was like, this doesn't sound like something I have the confidence to do.
This sounds like a you job.
Yeah, this means I have to get on the phone with somebody I don't know and fight them on my bill. Ooh, I don't know.
Oh, actually. No.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But like, that's just one of the many things that you don't really, some people might, like if you're really lucky, maybe you have like family or friends or whatever who tell you these things. But I mean, even like back to the beginning, I didn't even know about like puberty and sexual health or anything growing up because my parents they had just assumed that the school was covering that kind of like education, which to be fair, I did receive somewhat of an education. It was like a once a year.
Yeah, it's like the stupid sex ed shit in like middle school where they literally pop in the VHS video.
Yeah.
From like literally 1990 whatever. Mm-hmm. That probably has outdated information. They're like, it's a scare tactic.
Yeah. Yeah, like I remember learning a little bit about like, oh, your body is going to change. But like they didn't really go into the details.
In that voice.
Yeah, your body.
Your body will change.
Yeah. And then I vaguely remember watching like a live, it was like a VHS tape of like childbirth. But like they didn't explain anything about like sex or like anything about like how a baby is made in general. They were just like, this is childbirth. Don't have sex unless you're married. Like literally that was my education.
Right.
And my parents, like, not that they were hardcore, like, oh, you need to, like, no sex before marriage or whatever. But I think they just assumed I was getting that education and they did not feel comfortable talking to me about it. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
I got my period when I was 12 in the 6th grade. And my mom handed me a pad and that was it.
I have the same exact experience. It's because I don't know, maybe it's that generation, but like they were just afraid to talk about anything. Mm-hmm. It was like anything sexual health related, regardless, if like sex was in the word, that means direct path to sex. Like like sexual health, talking about it was a direct path to sex. Like, and again, same thing. I think I got my period when I was like 15, maybe 14, 15, something like that. And same situation. I was like, what the fuck is happening to me? Mm-hmm. And then they're like, yeah, here it is. I'm like, that was it. No further questions. Nothing. I think the only thing that was said to me was like, this is going to happen to you the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. Or like for the majority of your life. And I'm like,
once a month.
Yeah. Like
every month.
Cool. Fucking, this is great. I love this for me.
So you're not going to give me any additional information about like why I'm just bleeding out. For a week every month.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Like, no, this is life.
This is it.
This is it.
No. But like that was it. It was like, okay, cool. So it's just this like there was no talk about anything else, like cycles, like at all.
Yeah. No, I literally recently started to go like deep down into like the different like parts of your menstrual cycle and like what that might mean, which is really interesting for me because I was like, oh, that's why I'm being crazy. Like Oh, yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm ovulating. Like, I didn't know. It's crazy. And I even like, in college did like a lot of like sexual health education stuff. And I still didn't really like go deep down into like my own body and my own cycle and like what that was like until very recently. And no one talked to me about it.
No.
And I like, that was just not something that anyone covered in school. Like I didn't even know how to use a tampon. So like my mom gave me a pad when I got my period. And then when I was like, I don't remember why. I think I was just like, oh, like everybody's using tampons. Like, oh, I don't want to use a pad. Like, that seems weird. You know, I thought I was like uncool because this like girl in my middle school was talking about using tampons. So I like went into my mom's like little cabinet and I got out a tampon and I was like afraid to talk to her about it. So I just like tried it myself and I put the full like applicator and all up in me.
Well, you don't know.
It was literally so painful. And I was like, why the hell do people use tampons? This is horrible. And it was just because I had a full on like applicator, like plastic piece inside of me. And I had to like, eventually I was like talking to my sister or something. And she's like, you're an idiot. Like you're supposed to push it out. And I was like, how was I supposed to know this?
Right. Like exactly. Like oh my gosh. I was like, just thinking about my tampon story. And I don't know if this is like a generational thing or like a Latin thing or like a religious thing, but it was very frowned upon in my family to use tampons because it was, you know, a wives' tale or what have you, that if you use tampons, you're no longer a virgin. That if something is inside of you, that means that it's bad.
You pop your cherry.
Yeah, you're done. You're done for. That's it. You're Sean.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And so when I was on swim team or like, you know, swimming or whatever, I had friends on swim team. I was part of swim team, like on rec or whatever. I was thinking about it. I was like, how did these girls swim with a pad in? Like, it
just starts like filling with water. It's like all puffy inside.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm just like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm like, and do they just like, oh, I'm on my period, can't swim? Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I was so confused.
Yeah.
And then the girl was like, no, I use a tampon. I was like, what the fuck is a tampon? Like, I don't know what a tampon is. And they were like, oh, like, it's like they were just showing me what it was.
Wait, how old were you?
Maybe 16.
Wait, you were 16 and you're like just finding out what a tampon was?
Pretty much.
That's seriously. So did your mom have anything to say about it? Like, did you go back to her and talk about it? Or you were just like, I'm just going to start buying tampons on my own and not even going to say anything?
Yeah, I never really said anything until like one day she was like, oh, you're using these now? I'm like, yeah. And she was, okay.
Wait, so she didn't even believe the wives' tale.
Well, the thing was, if it wasn't on her decision, it was like, okay.
Yeah, it's like, I'm just not going to talk about it.
I'm just not going to talk about it.
If she wants to use them, she'll figure that out on her own.
Exactly.
Which is like, that's like what my family did. And it was just so frustrating because there's just so many things that like I didn't have to like struggle through that.
Yeah.
I could have just like had a conversation with them about it and it would have been totally fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, like my mom was like super secretive about that. Like when I went on birth control when I was 15.
Yeah.
I was 15. I went on birth control for my acne and my mom was like, it was like a secret and like we could not talk about being on birth control in front of my dad. Yeah. And I was like, but I'm not even sexually active.
Right.
Like, Mom, you know this.
Taking it for.
I was like, I'm literally taking it for my acne. And she's like, no, you can't talk about it in front of him. Like even into my adulthood when I was like, okay, like if I'm not sexually active, like that would be kind of weird, right? Like I'm 25 and I still can't talk about birth control in front of my father. I don't care. I don't care if he knows I'm on birth control. It's not like, shouldn't that be like I'm kind of glad she is because like no teen pregnancy.
I mean, also that, right? You're like, okay, she's taking the steps. Like, again, it was all so hush hush. Like everyone's so, ooh, gross. Can't talk about it. Like,
yeah.
So like,
even though everybody was popping that shit. Everybody was on birth control.
Well, that was it was like a cool thing to do. Oh, I'm on this. Oh,
yeah.
I'm on that. Oh, I'm
on
this.
ortho tricycline.
Yeah.
I still remember my birth control.
Oh my gosh, I have the craziest story. So, I think Like everything was like 2 years late, right? So like everyone was talking about birth control, whatever. And if you've been listening to the podcast, I did have an ex-boyfriend, and push comes to shove, here we are, 17 years old. And I was like, okay, like I probably should explore this, right?
Because you guys started dating when you were 16?
I was 17.
No, it was 17. Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, I guess I should explore this. But like I didn't have like an OB to go to. Like I think I was still seeing my parents' the pediatrician, like straight up. Like I didn't have a doctor or like a woman's health doctor. The fuck?
Can you imagine you're just like at the pediatrician? They have the little like the paper over the table that has like little teddy bears on it. You're like, okay, can you give me some birth control?
I literally can envision the pediatrician's office in my head. Like you walk in, there's like some toy.
They give you like a sucker when you leave.
Everything's all like bears and like clouds and shit. Like, hey, can I get some birth control? I'm 17. That'd be great.
No, I would never. Oh.
So I just ended up going to like a Planned Parenthood because I was like, well, like I think I can get this on my own.
So you went by yourself?
Yeah, I went by myself. Just went to a random Planned Parenthood. And of course, like they're not like looking at your blood work and shit to like figure out what type to give you. They're just gonna give you what they have that's like federally mandated or whatever.
Like whatever the free birth control was.
Exactly. And so I took that for a while and was going on a family trip with my ex-boyfriend's parents to Hawaii, and him of course. And literally in Hawaii, like I just developed this crazy pain, and I was like, oh my god, is it appendicitis? What is this? They literally took me to the hospital, and through all of the tests of what happened, they found out that I had an ovary or a tumor on my ovary. And this is my own personal opinion. This is not a doctor telling me this. It's my own personal beliefs that it was the birth control that triggered this tumor. And that whole experience, it was like from 0 to 100 of learning about my body in that moment. And like all of the procedures and all of the devices they were using and like the questions they had to ask me, because so basically the doctor was like, you can either get it removed in Hawaii or you have to like literally leave tomorrow and get emergency surgery. But like,
do you think it was the flight that like being like up at that? Like, it's so crazy. It's like the first day you arrive in Hawaii, you just like, it hits you. And you've like, how long did they say you had probably had it?
Not very long. Apparently it was like growing.
Oh my God.
Like because like when I went to Hawaii and then I was there for like a couple of days. I was in the hospital for a couple of days.
Yeah.
So my mom flew out and like took me back. But like in that time frame, which from going to the hospital the first time to like going to surgery had grown even bigger. Apparently.
Damn. So what procedures were they even doing? Like,
well, learned about the ultrasound.
Oh.
The
transvaginal ultrasounds.
Yeah, learned about that real quick. That's a good time. And also like, well, they had to ask me about like, so if we can't save your ovary, like you may have to go through hormones and stuff as you get older. Like, is that okay? Do you want us to like, I'm like, do you want to have kids? It's going to be hard to have kids.
Like, what's an ovary?
Yeah, straight up. I was like, why the fuck are you asking me these questions? Yeah. Like, can somebody else answer these fucking questions? Because I don't fucking know anything.
What's an ovary and why does that mean that I can't have kids if it's removed?
Right. I'm like, I know that I was like, is it the hooky thing? Like, I don't fucking know what's going on. Like, I barely know what a period is. Like, straight up. Like, I don't know. I just like took birth control so I wouldn't get pregnant. Scare tactics. I don't know, bro. Like, like the guy that I went to was like a month earlier. My mom got her uterus removed, so it was like a guy OB on top of everything else, and I was just, it was traumatic.
Like doing like a whole pap smear for you, and I've actually never had a guy do like a Wellman's exam on me.
It's
like, well, first of all, it's one thing to obviously like, because that was your first pap smear, right?
Yeah, that was okay.
It's one thing to have that be your first pap smear, and then on top of it to be like a man that's like digging around like and you fucking looking at your cervix and shit. That's a lot.
Traumatic. It was traumatic. Like from the start, like again, 0 to 100. Like I didn't know shit. I didn't have past I didn't have an OB. I didn't have anything. To, I think my legs were open 90% of that week. Like straight the fuck up.
Oh my god!
Okay,
it's just like person after person, just like looking, just like digging around.
Straight. I'm like, this is no.
What a way to like just be introduced to like what it is to be a woman and like having to go through all these different like medical procedures and stuff.
Yeah.
As like 17 years old on vacation with your boyfriend's family.
I just wanted to have a good fucking time in Hawaii, but no. But fucking no.
The universe had other plans.
Right. See, this is why I know I'm on my 8th life, okay? Like, this is just bullshit. Like, straight up. Well, and I, like, at the end of all of it, like, when I went into surgery, so they have, like, all these little robot things, which I want to talk about. Because, first and foremost, the intravenous, whatever, intravenous.
Transvaginal ultrasound.
That thing. Okay. So, first and foremost, okay.
Wait, for the people who don't know what a transvaginal ultrasound is, because this is another thing that, like, I don't know, why would someone tell you when you're a kid, like, what that is and that you might have to have one? It is essentially like a two-parter process. There's, like, the regular, like, ultrasound that they do on your stomach, but at the same time, they have this massive, like, dildo wizard wand. It's, like, literally, it's, like, 12 inches long. Freaking girthy too. They put an actual condom on it and lube, and then they shove it up inside of you
and move it around.
They move it around to take pictures.
Yeah. But
it's like the biggest freaking stick camera you could possibly shove up a woman.
And you're just sitting there in the stirrups.
Yeah,
your legs are up and you're just
legs up.
They're just like tink, 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 tink. And I'm like,
yeah, they're just jabbing it in you too. They're like, oh, can't get around that one. Like, where's your other ovary? Like, that's what my experience was. Yeah.
You're like, I should have two.
Yeah, it's here somewhere. Pretty sure. Although maybe I don't have a second ovary and I just never knew because I never had to do a procedure like this before. But yeah, it's incredibly painful. So, okay, continue.
So not only that, but like, so when they were talking to me about like the surgery in general, they're like, okay, well, we can use this little robot thing, right? So we're going to just do 5 quick incisions or like little ones. And then the robots go in and they chop it all up and then they suck it all out.
Ew.
Yeah. And I was like, okay. And then literally I wake up and they're like, oh, so yeah, the tumor was too big. We couldn't use that. So we had to literally like cut open like this big. And I still have a scar, but like right above, like right below your belly button, but like lower than that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, sick, bro. Like this.
Wait, so like, I guess because you were 17, did your mom just like give them permission to do it? Because I was like, what if you were 18? Like, what happens then? Do they just like do it? Or do they like wake you up and they're like, hey, by the way, we might have to actually like cut you open?
Right? Could you imagine being like just out of general anesthesia and they're like, can we cut you open? I'm like, huh? What? So yeah, I mean, all of that to say, it was just, but also, okay, if I can have a little robot thing cut up a tumor, I think we can redo the ultrasound stick.
Yeah, like, yeah. Why isn't it like a fraction of the size? Why isn't it one of those little like micro cameras that they put up in you? Like, or like the ones that they put down your throat?
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, anything. Like, I mean, if they can have a 3D image of a baby, I think they can have a 3D image of my ovaries. Like, from the outside.
Yeah.
I think that they could do that.
Yeah, pretty sure you don't have to shove your dildo wand up me.
And poke around to find the organ that you can't find.
Yeah, and also take like 45 minutes to take 12 photos.
That's the thing, though. It's not quick by any means.
It's such a slow process.
It's not quick.
And then they like, oh, that was a bad photo. We got to retake that one. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, this is so painful.
It's so uncomfortable. It is so uncomfortable.
Yeah. Mine was also super traumatic because the morning of this transvaginal ultrasound I had to get, I got my period.
Oh, no.
And I call the doctor. I'm like, yeah, I got to cancel this appointment. And they're like, oh, okay. Like, why? You know, like they had to have a reason, so they didn't charge me. And I was like, I got my period. And they're like, no, honey, you still have to come in. And I was like, what? They're like, it's fine. Like, just come in. And I was like, no, but like, first day, heavy flow. we don't want to do that. And they were like, no, still come in. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me.
That's so uncomfy.
I was like a dog in heat. They put like a towel down for me. It was mortifying. On top of it hurting incredibly bad.
Well, you're already like, your cervix is already inflamed. Like your cervix is already like, bruh, leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah. Why you keep poking at me?
Yeah, your cervix is like, bro, we're done with this. Okay. Oh my God, that's so bad. Mm-hmm. That's so bad.
Wait, weird question. Did you get to like see the tumor when they removed it?
No,
it was just gone.
You want to hear the funny story?
What?
I guess so. My parents still bring it up actually on my birthday when I saw them last night. So the doctor came in and then he blew up a glove.
Uh-huh.
And he goes, "This was the size," and he drew a happy face on it.
Oh my God.
And
that's cool.
And then somehow my parents called it Norm, and so they've been calling my tumor Norm for over a decade.
Norm had a great time in Hawaii.
Not over a decade, actually. That would make me much older than I am.
Over a decade. From 17 to 27?
Yeah, shit. Fuck.
You're like, oh man, I'm older than 27, huh?
God damn it. Damn.
God, that's so funny.
Yeah, but that's what he did. He's like, this is it.
Yeah. Oh, that's brutal. Like to just go through all that when you're 17 and to be like not only experiencing all of these like crazy procedures that they have to do in a hospital in a state that you're not comfortable with people that like you don't know on that level of being like, you know, half naked in a room with them.
Correct.
Like were you just in all these rooms by yourself?
Well, I think the first time I wasn't, like, I was with my mom, and it was actually worse. I was like, actually, I need you to fucking leave. Like, absolutely
I need you to get the hell out.
Like, I don't, this is, no, goodbye. Like, no. But again, it's like, I was trusting the process. Like, I was trusting all these doctors. I don't know what the fuck is happening. I don't have, questions to ask.
Exactly. Like, you don't know if you need to get a second opinion, if what they're saying is exactly correct. Like, I mean, did they actually need to cut you open? I'm not saying that, like,
right.
Obviously, everything worked out. But, like, you don't know in the moment to question those things. And, like, you're going through this traumatic health experience. And then on top of it, it's, like, all the paperwork, all of the bills that come out of being in the hospital. You're like, I don't know what this means.
No.
I don't know how to pay for this.
Right.
Like, it's just, like, the healthcare process in general is insane.
It's insane. And
I remember, like, the first time I had to, like I said it before, just like signing up for healthcare. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like,
no,
I don't know what my insurance is going to cover or not cover. And then like, seriously I've never actually like had an experience when I had to be like inpatient in a hospital, but even like outpatient stuff, it's insane. Like the amount of paperwork you have to have or like things you have to know about yourself. Yeah. These like crazy questionnaires that they give you. And you're just like, oh my God, like, I don't know. I don't know.
The amount of times I'd be like, I don't know my social security numbers, Mom.
Right.
Like, what is the social security? Why do I have this? Like, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure my mom had my social security card until I was like, I know she still has it. My mom still has my social security card. I know my number, but my mom still has it because I just like never got it from her. I don't have my birth certificate.
I don't have.
Literally, my parents have those things.
I'm pretty sure they must. I don't know.
I don't know. Am I supposed to have these as an adult? Was I supposed to take them from my parents? I have no idea. Like, what?
I have no idea.
There's something you mentioned earlier, and I was like, just a minute ago, about like the whole process. And I was like, oh man, that reminds me of something. I forgot it was. I don't know.
Yeah. But
maybe it'll come up.
Yeah, it will come up.
But yeah, no, my parents just like even beyond like the whole bodily changes situation, I didn't learn about like sexual health. I had no idea what anything was.
No.
I was just like grasping at straws until I was in like college and I had a formal sexual health education. And I was like, oh shit. I didn't know any of this stuff. Like legitimately, I was just like I was just in the dark about a lot of it.
Yeah.
Because my parents were just like uncomfortable talking to me about it.
Yeah.
And again, I think they assumed I was getting a health education in school. I was like,
It's like, where did that scariness, that's not a word. Like, where did that fear come from? Do you know what I mean? Like, and also what is triggering that fear to like not speak out about things and not being like, oh, this was my experience? Is it embarrassment? Is it like this facade that like nobody goes through shit like that, even though every single literal person probably will go through something like that in their life, probably?
Yeah,
like,
it's definitely, I feel like it's less of a millennial and Gen Z thing. I feel like probably older generations would call us oversharers, but I'm like, I'd rather be an oversharer than an undersharer. You know, like I like to know things. And it probably comes from like a childhood of not knowing anything.
Yeah.
And like I'll look up the craziest shit and my Google search history is like it's wild. But I just like I like to know everything. Right. Like why would you not talk about these things? Why would we not like kind of sit down and like dissect this together?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it is fear that like the more knowledge you have, the more likely you're going to do something bad with it, which is I think it's the exact opposite. The more knowledge you have, the more likely you are to like make responsible decisions with that knowledge.
Exactly.
But it's like very much like our parents and grandparents generation of like thinking that something's gonna like you're gonna make horrible mistakes the more you know.
Exactly. Right. And it's like, oh, well, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that because if we do talk about that, that means you're gonna go do it.
Yeah.
You know, or like it's triggering something else in your head and you're like, no.
Or like maybe it's like a personal discomfort thing because I've never had like a mammogram and my mom was just like, oh, they're really painful. And like I have like I'm not at that point where I need to get a mammogram. Yeah. Even though like I probably should because I've had like previous issues. That's a whole other story of like biopsies and stuff. But yeah, no, I like didn't even know what a woman's exam was going to be like. Like I didn't, like when I went into my pap smear, like I knew that they had to like check me out, but I didn't know in what way. And like, I didn't know that they had these like crazy freaking tools and that you have to get butt naked. I was still wearing like my underclothes when I put my gown on. The doctor was like, why are you still wearing those? And I was like, what do you mean? I was supposed to take this off?
And you're like, but why?
Yeah. I'm like, can't you do this with the clothes on?
Please? Like, I'm parent.
They're like, no, you got to take those off. And then you're just like, I don't know, like.
It's cold like, and scratchy.
Ass up on the table, the feet in the air. They're shoving things in you, not saying anything too. Like my first pap smear, my doctor said absolutely nothing.
Also, like, come on. Be like, hey, I know you can tell on my chart. It's my first freaking pap smear, bro. Like, fucking tell me what's going on.
Or like, ask me. Like, I don't know. I just think that's so strange to just not say anything and not explain what you're doing as you're doing it. You're just like digging around up in me.
It's so uncomfortable.
Just complete silence.
And you're like, but again, you don't know what's normal. You don't know what's not normal.
Mm-hmm.
You don't, like, you have no idea. And you're just like, okay, I guess I'm fucking just, again, I'm trusting these people because I don't know what to trust at this point.
Yeah. Actually, I just remember now that my first pap smear, they had like a freaking medical student with them too. So not only was it my first pap smear, I had no idea what was going on, but there's a medical student with them. That also happened with my transvaginal ultrasound. There was like a student with the woman just watching it all go down. And I was just like, see, do you need to be here? Like, you didn't really ask me if it was okay with me. You just brought the person in. And like me personally, I'm like, whatever, like you got to learn at some point if you're going to be in the medical field.
Sure.
But like kind of weird, my first pap smear, like I was pretty young. I had to have been like maybe 18, 19 or something like that.
Yeah. Also that, and you're like, I'm the case study?
Yeah, why'd you pick me?
Yeah, you're like, I was skis.
I don't even know what's happening.
And the bitch isn't saying shit. You're like, actually, this is the worst teacher ever. Don't fucking talk. Don't listen to this bitch.
Yeah.
Fuck this lady.
Yeah. Oh, that was a rough time. Rough time.
All right.
Yeah.
So do you want to hear what a mammogram's like?
Yeah.
I'll tell you. Everyone go get your boobs checked. Breast cancer awareness. Get your boobs checked.
I only had the little like where they just like fully grope you and like feel around.
Sure, and that's fine. Sure, it's fine. But hey, now I mean, I don't know what the studies are right now, but they're trying to push the age to get mammograms earlier and earlier now. So, which is good.
Which I didn't know that. I thought it was like 40 or something.
That's the typical thing, but now I think they're pushing it to like 30s.
Because more and more women have breast cancer at a younger age.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The reasons why are, to each their own. But, so, I think I've had, oh my gosh, and I'll tell you about the MRI, the boob MRI. Have you had an MRI?
No, I've had MRIs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The clunks.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah.
My fucking God.
Unfortunately, I've had a couple of those.
Oh, is that, oh, okay, yeah. That was an experience. No one told you about MRI and the clunking.
Yeah, and you're in this like confined space.
Yeah, and
it's it's actually really scary. I was like, am I gonna freak out in here? I'm like fully in this machine. There's nowhere to go.
No, and that they say that they're like, okay, well, you just gotta breathe through it. You gotta hold this button. If you start to freak out, like press the button, we'll take you out. And
you had a panic button? Nobody told me about a panic button.
No one gave you a panic button.
No, I was just silently panicking in my head. I was like, I hope I'm gonna get through this. Nobody told me about that.
What?
Just like start kicking my feet.
Start screaming. Okay, so you get into the room for the mammogram. Okay, you're in top off, obviously, and then your gown's open from the front, and then you get to this machine. The lady's there with you, and depending on your boob size is the plates that you get.
Mm-hmm.
Since I have zero boobs whatsoever, they literally they give me the plate that has no it's straight. It's just a straight plank, two planks together. And
are these like metal pieces?
They're like plastic. So they're like almost if you like the machine is metal, obviously, but then they put the plastic on it because it's like sanitary or whatever. And so they just slide on they slide on the plates, depending. I don't know. And so you walk up, you got to put your arm up, you got to stick your boob in there. And since I have no boobs, my face is squished up against the machine because I got to get so fucking close to get some sort of images.
Yeah.
And she goes, "You got to get closer." I was like, "Bro,
can't get any closer than this, buddy." You're gonna have to just take a handful, stretch it out.
I was like, and yeah, because they got to move you around. They got to make sure that you're in the square, your boobs in the square. And I'm just like stuck. And then she runs behind the little wall thing, and she goes, "Okay, I'm taking a bunch of pictures." And then you have to hold your breath for a bunch of different pictures, and you gotta go about. And she goes, "Okay, these look good," and then you got, or if they don't look good, you gotta do it all over again.
Like the entire process all over again? Like she can't just see in real time and retake the photo?
No, she has to go back and it has to download.
Oh my God.
And so then you gotta do it to the other side. But you can't wear deodorant because it messes with the images or something. So you're just
stinky.
Smelling.
You're shoved up against a piece of glass and your boob is getting crushed. Oh, that's great. Really looking forward to that one.
It's a good time.
Really looking forward to it.
So yeah, I don't think also people told us that womanhood hurts a lot.
Yeah, I feel like any female related procedure is just actually torturous.
Just like IUDs.
Ooh, I've never had an IUD, but I have heard stories. I don't think I've ever heard a good IUD story. And I'm like, so we're still doing those, huh? Even though they're really, really just making you bleed out. I saw a TikTok story where this girl got an IUD and for some reason her body thought that she was in labor and she started dilating and was in incredible pain. Her body thought she was giving birth. And the doctor was just didn't believe her. And she had to go to the emergency room. It was a whole thing. Have you had an IUD?
Yeah, I have one now.
Oh!
Yeah.
Was it a horror story trying to get that thing in there?
So it lasts for a decade or whatever. So this is my first and only, and I still have it.
Mhm.
And I literally went. Well, nobody told me, right? They're like, oh yeah, just get your IUD, blah blah blah. I was like, okay, cool. Like, I went during my lunch break. Okay, I went during my lunch break. And they were like, yeah, okay, like we're gonna put this numbing, like dissolving pill up there
Yeah.
to numb your cervix or whatever. Didn't do fucking shit. And she's like, okay, you have, like, this is gonna be uncomfortable. And it was literally the worst. 2 days later, my body rejects it. So it's basically
Like push the whole thing out of you?
it's pushing out. Because every, like, 2 weeks, I think they, like, do a follow-up a week or something, or a couple days after. I forget the timing. But yeah, when I went for my follow-up, they're like, oh yeah, this isn't gonna work. They had to remove it. And they're like, we can just put the other one in. So I had it removed and
so you're like
reinserted.
already inflamed.
Yeah. And reinserted the same day.
See, that's why I don't trust IUDs, because your body, like, its natural reaction is to push things out.
Correct.
Like,
nothing
it's like
should be
a
up there.
foreign object. And I'm also like, how do you know it lasts for 10 years? How do you know it didn't get knocked out of place? It's like, what? How do you guys figure these things out?
I mean, and only like why I've had so many things out like after that and all these other procedures, because when you have a tumor, then you gotta go do the stupid vagina wand stick every so often. You gotta do it more because it comes like, oh, okay. So that's the only reason why I know that it's still in place.
Hold up. You've had to have a transvaginal ultrasound more than once?
At least 30 times. At least.
Man, I was complaining and I've only had it one time.
At least 30.
Oh, wow. That's brutal. Nobody told you you'd have to do that.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. Hey, take birth control ones. Asterisk. Take birth control ones, and then you get a tumor for the rest of your life, and then it may or may not come back.
Oh my God.
Like, it's fucking bullshit, dude. It's fucking bullshit. It's straight up BS.
Yeah.
What was my point? I had a point to the end of that.
Sorry, I cut you off.
No, you're fine. Whatever. It's gone.
But yeah, like everything about being a woman, like, and like all of the procedures that you have to get and stuff is just like all pain.
Oh yeah.
All pain. And then also like pain once a month when, or more than once a month when you have your period.
Yeah.
It's just like, why? Why do we have to suffer through this?
Literally. And so funny, actually, and probably my husband will not want me talking about this on the pod, but here we are for the pod.
Doing it for
I
the
was
pod.
literally funny about we're talking about this because I literally went to the doctor's this morning. And we were talking about IUD. She's like, okay, like you're coming up on your decade. Like, are you gonna like do it again? And I was like, fuck that noise.
Take that out.
Like, also, like, I need you to put me under. Like, I need to put me under when you remove it. Like,
yeah,
I need,
fully put me out.
I don't care how much it fucking costs. I'm not doing that conscious.
Mm-hmm.
That's not happening. And I was like, and that's not happening. I'm not putting that back inside me. And guess what? My husband's gonna go get his snip, and that's what's happening.
Yeah.
That is what's happening. And she goes, literally, it's so easy for them. I was like, right? She goes, do you want a doctor's note? I can write a doctor's note to prescribe. She was joking.
Hell yeah. Oh.
She was like, I can write a doctor's note, so it's recommended.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah, the
real.
things we do to our bodies.
Straight
like,
the fuck
and then
up.
like nobody gives you a heads up. I remember I like worked with this girl who got like right before a big trip, she got the little chip in her arm. That thing got infected.
No.
It looked gnarly. And her whole upper arm was just black and blue. I'm like, the things we do.
For what?
Just for what?
For what?
Like,
guys.
no.
For what?
Absolutely not. Yeah, it's just like, it's
not
just
cool.
a lot.
It's too much. Being a woman sucks sometimes. Yeah. Really does.
And also just in general, like growing up and being an adult, so when I was younger, I always thought that like, oh yeah, my body will deteriorate at some point, but I'll be like 50 or older. And nobody told me that my body was going to start deteriorating in my late 20s and that I'd be like, have like a bum knee and like a bad shoulder. And if I sleep on my side for too long in the middle of the night, like my back just hurts the entire next day. I'm like, what? Why didn't anybody give me a heads up about this?
Also, like, I mean, I didn't expect it in my 30s.
Yeah.
But literally, like, the transition into 30s, it's a rough one.
Yeah. I stretch now, but I wish that I stretched like every day when I was younger. I'm like, I feel like if I knew this was coming at a younger age, maybe I would have been more proactive or like just making like better decisions about things.
Yeah, like I would like definitely like stretching, like move, like I barely can touch my toes right now. Like, that's stupid. Like, that's so silly.
We're gonna start stretching together.
I know. Like, I guess I can't.
Yeah, you can.
But like, that wasn't comfortable.
Yeah. It still kind of hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like when I get up in the morning, my hips pop. And like I have to like crack my back. Yeah. Like I have one of those like little rollers to roll my back out.
Yeah.
Because I just have chronic back pain from my horrible posture. So it's just like, I wish like I had a heads up that this stuff was gonna hit me younger and that I have to actually like really worry about all the supplements I have to take so that I don't get some freaking like degenerative chronic illness. Like,
yeah, like take this so your joints are lubed. And I'm like, my joints?
Why do they gotta be lubed? What do you mean? And like, you see your synovial fluid. I'm like, whoa. Huh?
Excuse me, and why do I take it now? I feel like I just turned 21. Like, in my head.
Yeah.
No, my body, no.
My body is on its way out the door. My mind is still, it's okay.
It's getting there. It's all right. Sometimes some days are better than others.
Yeah.
But literally, like, I'd be like on the couch and I'd be like, I need pillows. I need it for my head. I need it for my back. I need it for this. And I'm just like, before I would just be like, meh.
Yeah, I straight up can't sleep on a couch. Like, I have to be in a bed to sleep. I can't sleep on a plane. It's incredibly uncomfortable. Like, I have to, if I'm sleeping anywhere but a bed, and even beds, it's like Goldilocks. Like, I have to, is the bed just right? You know?
Yeah.
But even like on an airplane, I have to have like a pillow under, if it's a longer flight.
Yeah.
If it's not a long flight, I just suffer through it. But if it's a long flight, I'm like, pillow under my knees because I like have really bad circulation. I gotta wear my compression socks. Gotta try like prop my feet up on my bag.
It's a lot of planning.
It's like, yeah,
it goes into this shit just so I don't hurt. What?
Yeah, I'm like, why? I'm too young for this. I'm too young for this, and you know, probably wouldn't have made different decisions. But maybe if someone had been like, hey, you should really stretch and like, you should really, you know, go to a chiropractor regularly or something, or get acupuncture.
Right.
Still haven't done that. I need to try that.
I like acupuncture, actually.
Yeah, I heard it's really good. But I just like, I'm like, there's all these things. There's so many things.
There's so many things. There's so many. So don't feel bad if you don't know anything, because most people don't know anything. All right? It's fine.
That's the problem, is that nobody knows anything. That's also probably why nobody talks about it, because nobody actually knows anything.
That's a good thought.
Nobody knows anything, so they don't talk about it. And then people continue to not know anything after that.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's just brutal. Like, my sister sleeps upright in bed because of her acid reflux and heartburn. I mean, she literally sleeps like sitting up on a cheese block pillow. And when I say cheese block, it is actually like a big ol' triangle pillow.
That's incredible. I mean, they have to make it for that, right? Like, that's all.
But it's also so uncomfortable. I'm like, how do you sleep on this thing? Yeah. She's like, works great for me. I guess she has to decide between back pain and acid reflux.
Yeah, and I guess that's, I would take the back pain too.
And she's literally only a year older than me.
Right? And you're like, see, we're all fucked up. We're all fucked.
Yeah. It's just like, yeah, you know, being an adult is interesting and wild and like fun, but also, whoa, surprising.
Surprises around every corner.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, what the fuck is that?
How's that gonna hurt me now? Oh my god. Oh, I got a migraine? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun.
I remember my first migraine. Oh, I was like, what the hell is this headache? Can't even see.
Literally. And you're like, why is it so bright? The lights.
Yeah, why won't this ibuprofen work for me? And then you're like, oh, I need the hard drugs.
The ibuprofen ain't gonna make it. It's not gonna make it. Not gonna do shit for you. I used to take like 4 ibuprofens, and I'm like, no, this is stop. This isn't working for me.
Yeah. See? Just give yourself a freaking liver failure trying to stop your migraine.
For real.
Okay,
Well,
you had like a game, a would you rather game, right?
I do.
Ooh, for like
Okay.
health stuff?
Yes, for
Okay.
this topic specifically.
Okay.
So it's tied to sexual health, women's experiences. So
Okay.
are we ready for it? Okay.
Yeah.
First question. Would you rather have to explain a yeast infection to your boss or have your period start mid-spin class wearing light gray leggings?
I mean, I guess like it depends on the boss, right? Right now, I have all female bosses, so I'd be like, yeah, I got a yeast infection.
Yeah, you're like, bro.
If it was like because I've had male bosses before, and I'm like, you know what? I think I'd rather have my period start in spin class, honestly.
Honestly, same here. Because
I
at least
actually-
most guys know what it is, and they're like, oh, well, they probably think it's
Yeah.
awkward, but at the same time, it's not like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I feel like also if you've never had a period, you'd be like, well, why wouldn't you know? Why wouldn't you be prepped for that? And I'll tell you what.
I'm never
sometimes-
prepped.
I'm literally never prepped. Ever since I like stopped birth control, I know generally when I'm gonna get my period.
Yeah.
But it's really like I might be out and about and it might just happen. Like that has actually happened to me before where I was like literally at Sprouts.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's happening.
Yeah.
You know when you're just like stopping, like, it's coming.
Yeah, you're like, I feel it.
I was wearing like light violet the legging that you got me.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, I gotta get the hell out of here.
I need to be home
I called John Luke
ASAP.
and I'm like, John Luke, it's starting. And I had to like drive home in my freaking period yoga pants.
Well, literally, and oh my gosh, this just happened to me last week. I was like doing a bunch of heavy lifting and like moving shit around, and it literally started a day early because of that. Like I was,
Oh yeah, and your body. It's just like,
yeah,
if you're stressed out, period.
period. You just,
Yeah.
okay,
If you're looking forward to something, period.
yeah. Oh, you're going on vacation? Period. Sorry.
2 weeks early
Yeah.
for no reason. Just cause.
Just because. It's ridiculous. So, you know what? Yeah, I would take that. The chances are greater.
Yeah, you know what? It's happened before. I could do it again.
Okay. Would you rather have to loudly ask a male pharmacist where the lube is or run into your ex while buying a jumbo box of condoms?
Honestly, I don't think I'd care about either.
I guess I wouldn't care about either. Is that either?
So, like, I also haven't had an ex for an incredibly long time.
That's
so,
true.
Like, maybe, yeah, neither one really bothers me.
That's true.
But I
This is-
guess maybe running into, or maybe asking a pharmacist. I don't know.
I think maybe asking the pharmacist would be weirder.
Excuse me, sir. Where's the lube?
Yeah, like I would find it myself before I
Yeah.
do that. I would never ask. I wouldn't.
You accidentally get icy hot.
Or I just buy it on Amazon. That's a dumb question. I shouldn't even ask that. Okay. Would you rather never have to deal with period cramps again, but everyone knows the exact date of your cycle? It's public info. Or keep your privacy but get double the cramps? Definitely the first one. Hands down. I would never have-
Definitely the first one, yeah.
I don't care. Actually, yeah, please. I would rather period starting. Counting down.
Literally, I'm pretty sure I tell everyone anyway. I'm like, yep, my period started today. So look out because I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah. Fucking watch out, bro. Watch out. Okay. Oh no.
That reminds me. Whenever I'm on my period for John Luke, I turn into a whiny baby. I'm like, I'm on my period. Can you please make me this?
Help me.
I can't do anything.
Well, also, yeah. Okay. And we deserve it.
Yeah.
And we deserve it.
Treat me like a little period princess.
Yes. And they shall. Okay. Would you rather have a birth control method that never fails, but you have to explain it in depth to every Uber driver you get? Or use a mystery method each month chosen at random?
Mystery method as like it would just be like either birth control or like a condom or like a
Like what? Pick your poison, yeah.
honestly, like the first one sounds kind of funny.
Hey,
Those
so
poor Uber drivers.
are you sexually active, sir? Ma'am.
Yeah.
You know what really works for me?
Yeah. You know who'd do that? You know who would do that?
Who?
My sister. She becomes best friends with her Uber drivers. She used to think that it was normal to get into the front passenger seat by yourself.
I've noticed more and more Uber drivers have pushed the seat up.
Yeah, they're like, please do not sit next to me.
No.
Please do not.
Please leave me alone. Okay. Maybe it's... Okay, so here's the last one. Would you rather have to give a TED Talk on the female orgasm or sit through mansplaining session from a high school boyfriend about it?
Oh, TED Talk for sure.
Oh, all day. I feel like today was a TED Talk.
Yeah, welcome to our TED Talk.
Yeah, seriously. It's like, you guys want to know the deets? We got deets. Between the both of us.
We'll cover orgasms in our next TED Talk.
Yeah, mansplaining my high school boy. No.
Mansplaining from anybody? Absolutely not.
Fuck that.
No time for that.
That was funny.
You can keep that to yourself.
Yeah, that's good. You have your own experience.
Last time someone mansplained to me, I raged about it for a while. I was like, this mother tried to explain to me how to take a video. Idiot.
Actually, you just need to do that. No, I get it.
I get it. I get it. And I
didn't ask, actually.
I did not ask for that. Yeah, no, I would definitely do a TED Talk.
Yeah. That'd be easy. They're like, guess what? Y'all are doing it wrong. So let's start from the top. Let's start from the beginning. If you ever thought that you did give somebody an orgasm, you didn't.
You want to know what a real one is? You want to know how to tell between fake and real? I'll tell you.
All right, we're starting from the top.
Oh my God. That was a good one. That was a good one. Oh my God. Okay. Well, and I said at the beginning, we're going to do more of these. This is literally just like the tip of the iceberg of the things we just
literally
never
one
even
topic.
knew. Never even knew as kids. No. Or adults, really figured them out along the way. So if you have things that you want to share that people never told you, never give you a heads up about, and you had to figure out as an adult how to do it or what it's like, tell us about it. Yeah. And we could talk about it on the podcast because you'll be hearing more of these. Soon.
Yes. Mini series. Let's go.
All right. Catch you next time.
Bye.